thinking of playing Braccio da Montone. The battle is Sant'Egidio in 1416, so we're talking 15th century Italian warfare here. So I'll pick up again with Baglioni's activation here in his first squadron under Cherubino. First of all, when I recorded one order point expended for the first cavalry there, but I should have recorded expenditure for the next two. So this squadron commander is down to about eight operations points. Okay. Before I check on this, I'm assuming that I'm going to do their combat now. After the activation of all the squadron units, and then in parentheses, and the resolution of their combats, if any, the player can activate the other capo squadra in the same battaglia. So that would be Ruggero. So I do think that I'm going to do their cavalry charges now. Now, as far as charging in and the responding fire, remember we have a disrupted crossbow unit there. Alright, so let's get into some combat here. We'll start with the first one right here, because we have one attacker, one defender. That'll be a little easier. I guess I'll move these aside so I can see the unit values. Okay. Alright, so the shot, I think we followed the shock combat resolution sequence. So to resolve a melee, calculate column adjustments and dice roll modifiers. Alright, so real quickly, these are for attackers' position advantage relative to the defender. So flank and rear doesn't apply here because they're head on. Any additional units attacking, this is one-on-one. When we do the next one, there'll be one additional unit. So that doesn't apply. Cavalry with Carizza or charge, yes, we have one right. Column shift. Unit disrupted, no, not in this case, but it will be in the next case. Protection, see armor clash table down here. The attacking cavalry is medium, that's the M on the shield there, and the defender is the same, so it's medium against medium, which is no effect. Unit type, see the unit type table right there. So we do have cavalry, attacking cavalry against defending crossbow. Oh, no effect. Oh, I'm sorry, that's C for cavalry. Crossbows and X, okay. Yeah, they are crossbows. Yeah. So 2R, so now we're up to 3 right. And what is the asterisk there? We do need to remember that these cavalry are going to cause twice the damage on the crossbowmen there. So the asterisk is down here. It's see rule 12.3. 12.3 says that that's the infantry morale when it's the target of a Carizza. But I don't think I'm not sure exactly what they're referring to unless it's a reminder of the double damage, but I would think that, I don't know, that doesn't, I don't know, seems like an odd place if that's the case. I don't know. But okay, it's 2 right, so we're at 3 right. And then terrain. There is no terrain where it says normal clear terrain. So right 3, so I guess we, oh yeah, it's the +3 column. That's why you always start in the 0 column and you cannot get more than +5 or less than +5, okay, or less than -5. All right, that makes sense. Now we go to DRMs, and it is unit cohesion rating. I looked at this for a second, but I think it's just attacker minus defender, I think. That's what that's supposed to mean there. So the cohesion of the attacking cavalry is 6, 4 for the defending crossbowmen for a net +2 to the attacker. Zoc of an unattacked. Ooh, what does that mean? All right, I get it, even though this is how the rules explain it, but now I see. So if any attacking unit, so here's our attacking charging cavalry, is in the ZOC of an undisrupted enemy units, and these enemy units are not attacked by another friendly unit in this combat step, add -3 to the dice roll for every enemy unit not attacked. So basically, yeah, okay. It's basically like supporting defenders, so to speak. But remember, cavalry isn't affected by foot unit ZOCs. All right, so I don't think this applies here. And then finally, you have a difference of condottiero, 1 per side. We don't have condottiero in this one, but we will in the next one. So I think we are, what are we, right 3 and +2 DRM. Oops. All right, so a fairly average 8, 9, 10. 10 on +3 is //2. So how do we read this? German roll 2 dice, add an DRM. Results are attacker and defender as usual. D equals disruption. I think this is 2 and red means defender must retreat. I think it's a number of cohesion hits and disruption. But if it's 2 hits, does that mean it's right? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I think this is where we're probably going to put a 2 cohesion mark, and then it's going to retreat, I think. Let me check. Okay, this seems actually fairly simple, and I don't know, it feels good. So it is 2 cohesion hits, but because they took any cohesion hits, they're also disrupted, so I'm flipping them over. 2 cohesion hits, and retreats 1 hex back away from the attacker. I will say again that I'm not a fan of chits of different size anymore. Thought I was. Okay, I'm assuming so that's that. Now I'm assuming that the charging cavalry must advance. But then what? They must advance. Can they change facing? Okay, the charging cavalry, they must advance, and they can change 1 vertex if they want. I guess they won't. Okay, so now we'll do the next one. What's going to be different here? There are 3 things different, right? There's 1 extra. Oh, how do we deal with different? Yep, we have different cohesion ratings, 6 and 5, and we have different armor, heavy and medium. Okay, so at least 3 differences. The defender's already disrupted. We have a leader, condottiero, and we have 1 extra attacker. Okay, I guess I do have to go through this in a few explicit steps. So I forgot that there is a lead unit. So the Braccio side chooses the Cherubino with Cherubino Condottiero as the lead unit. The other one is, I guess, assisting, whatever you want to call that. Okay, position advantage, they're in the front. But interesting, I have to point out that it's... So I thought that all of the adjustments would key off of the lead unit. That's not true. The position advantage for flank and rear are not cumulative. If both adjustments would apply, use the most favorable adjustment regardless of the position of the lead unit. So don't pay attention to lead unit when doing flank and rear attacks. Okay, numerical advantage. For each additional unit beyond the lead unit, okay, so we get a column shift for the extra unit. Now here's something I would not have intuitively gotten from the table anyways. We have 1 column shift for each cavalry unit with a Carizza marker, so charging. So we get 2 right. So now we're at 3 right. Okay, so the protection is by the lead unit. So lead unit is heavy versus medium. So we get a plus, so we have another 1 right, so now we're at 4 right. And the defender is disrupted. So each disrupted unit involved in the combat grants a column shift advantage to the opposite side. So we're at 5 right. Yes, we are. We're at 5 right. Now the die roll modifiers, unit cohesion difference. Again, I guess that would be the lead unit. Okay. So 6 to 4 again is +2. We're not in the zoc of an unattacked enemy unit. Unattacked. And then the condottiero. So +1 for Cherubino there. So +3. So +5 column, which is the max. And then +3 DRM. And they roll an 11. This is, oh, that's interesting. Well, look at that. So you can only get 3. Up to 3. So actually there are no, it looks to me like there are no automatic eliminations from combat. Assuming, because I don't see any cohesion ratings less than 4. Let's see about the militia units. Oh, actually, I do see a 3 militia unit. Most are 4. So 4 seems to be average. 5 and 6 above average. Okay. All right. So +5. Die roll modifier is off the chart because it's 11 plus 3. Yeah. So it's -/3. Okay. So our fearless defender. Oh, okay. What do we do with the defenders already disrupted? The unit is already disrupted and receives an additional disruption. The player rolls 1 die. Okay, they rolled a 3. The player rolls 1 die. The unit takes a number of cohesion hits equal to the difference between the die roll and its current CR. So it takes another 1, right? Because it's 4 cohesion rating minus die roll of 3 for 1. That's 4 cohesion hits. I also don't think that it would be able to retreat, in which case it would take another cohesion hit. So it is hit, it is routed. When a unit has received a number of cohesion hits equal to or exceeding its printed cohesion rating, it immediately routes. It is removed from play and counts for VP. So he would have been fine. No, he wouldn't have been fine, even if he was undisrupted, because then I don't think he would have been able to retreat. In which case he would have stayed put and taken another cohesion hit. So I do think we have our first elimination. Yeah, I do think that's, which I guess makes sense when it was such an overwhelming combat result. They move forward and they can move turn 1 vertex, but they're not going to. Oh wait, probably have to advance with the lead unit. Let me see. Yeah, so it is actually the attacking lead unit has to advance. So their leader. This one stays there. Probably remove all these now. So that was the first squadron of Baglioni's Battaglia.